Howdy folks, we are going to attempt to start this Predator generator that has been sitting out here in the cold for the past couple days. It is a, what is it, 15, balmy 15 below? Yeah, here in wonderful Mapleton. So, yeah. You know, I've been getting these weird comments, you know, and a lot of them, yeah, I've just been deleting. Okay, I don't think there's a lot of people that understand why you run a generator in the winter. I don't think that there's people out there that understand that one of these is the difference between life and death up here in the Northland. I don't think that people comprehend that there's a lot of these people that own these that actually do know how to use them properly. You know, no, you're not gonna run one of these inside your house. Don't ever do that. I wouldn't even run one of these inside of the garage. You know, with the garage door wide open and the exhaust pointed straight out the garage, because you get one heck of a crosswind and that exhaust is coming straight back into the garage. And yeah, that's a great way to get carbon monoxide poisoning. Now, as for what we're doing, we're outside. We're out in the middle of the yard, essentially. And I know I'm going to get this question, why don't I ground it? Well, for starters, if we're just running it, we really don't need to ground it, okay? Number two, when I have the unit on the ground, see right here, folks, this little this wire here, that's grounding this frame, okay? Yes, you should, if you're actually gonna use this properly, use the grounding lug here and put a stake in the ground, a metal stake in the ground with the wire wrapped around the middle part of the stake and around that grounding lug there. So, alright, enough of the safety rhetoric. Let's see, is she gonna start? You know, it is 15 below. I've pulled it through several times already. You're probably gonna watch me pull it through another several times. Pull the fuel on. A good practice to have with one of these units is, unless it's an emergency situation, shut it off with the fuel. The two-stroke models don't do that, but the four-strokes like this, you know, where the oil is separate from the gas, do that, because then what you're doing is that you're preventing the engine from flooding when you're going and jerking this thing around, you know, even doing it around the yard, you know, on a cart, such as what it's on. You can get that float to open up just enough to where it'll flood the motor. Okay, we're going to pull it through one or two more times. And almost caught. Alright, now this is where our starting fluid would usually come into play. I don't have starting fluid, but we're gonna, what I'm using, I'm just gonna tell you it's starting fluid. Don't ask me what it is, I'm not going to tell you, because I'm not going to have the nanny state whining at me, saying, oh, that's not the right product. Now, there's two ways to inject starting fluid. One of them, straight into the carb. Now, I'm going to set this all over here until we get it actually running. Okay, now that it's actually fired, let's do it again. Okay, now that we've got that cylinder warmed up a little bit, I am going to finally put the air back together. Realistically, with one of these small engines, if you get it just enough to where it'll fire, they typically, when you choke them again, and I'll show you what I'm talking about, because even though it doesn't have it, you gotta half choke these for a while in this extreme cold. And yeah, I would have some sort of a starting fluid if you're gonna fire one of these up in the cold of, you know, like I said, 15 below. Usually I can get this thing to start at about 4 below without any, you know, special juice. But, alright, let's see. Got the choke on. Is it not going to want to start for us? Huh. Not without the magic juice, huh? Okay. And you can see, folks, I'm just freaking ripping on this thing. You know, I think what would be cool is if they made an electric start version of one of these. Okay. A little bit of hanky cranky juice. Okay. Set that over there. Set all this over here. Put the choke on. Shut the choke off. Get it. If you wanted to fire there. I got the choke full on. Now really, if you're doing it out in the snow, don't worry too much about having the air filter off, as long as you're not doing this in the dustiest of conditions. Because realistically, snowblowers, a lot of snowblowers don't have actually any they don't have any air filter at all, so sitting right next to me is my snowblower from 1997. That literally does not have any air filter on it at all, and that's from the factory. And the thing is that the way that Tecumseh says it is, what you don't need it, because technically you're running in what they consider a clean air environment. You know, well, the sterile cold of snow, yeah, of course, it's a clean air environment. So, let's see if we can get this thing started now with the air filter on. Now that it's ran a little. Now I've got it. I don't know if you folks can see this, but I got it halfway between run and start. Realistically, the camera doesn't even like shooting out this weather. So, you know, this is 15 below, folks. Let's see, is it going to run or is it going to die? That's full run now. No choke whatsoever. And until it really warms up, folks, it's going to keep hunting. You can start to hear it's warming up, so it's not hunting as bad. Now, as you hear, it's not hunting anymore. So, it's warmed up. It's not on the choke anymore. Let's give it about half load. That's half load. That's not one. Let's see, can it handle full load? Yep, that's full load. Yeah, that's keeping my hands nice and warm. Camera up a little, and I'm trying to keep the camera warm even. But yeah, you're gonna have to, if you're gonna buy one of these, to run it outside. Park outside. Yeah, you're going to want to have a little bit of starting fluid to get it running. That's about half load. No load. Now let's go straight to full load. So, yeah. Can they run in the cold? Yeah. Do they like to? Not so much. But hope this shows you a little bit of what it takes to actually get one of these suckers started up in the winter. You know, in the cold dead of winter. Because, you know, this is 15 below. So, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Okay. Two things I forgot to mention. Yeah, it's cold. Like, this was sitting off camera, folks, and it's frosty. Like, literal, that's frost. And this was only out for 15 minutes, the pretty much the entire time that we were filming. So, yeah. And number two, stay safe. You know, take the safety precautions. You know, try and insulate yourself from the unit as much as possible. So, and oh, number three, shutting down, you know, that whole shutting the fuel off and letting it run out, you know, that is still a good way to do it. You know, plus it keeps the carb clean. Okay? Alright. I think that's it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.